Calculation questions, the heart and soul of the sort of mathematical view of physics. So these primarily will involve a bit of physics knowledge at the start. You'll need to set up an equation based on a physical context they give to you, but after that, it'll be a test of your mathematical skills. Can you rearrange an equation, and can you actually perform the calculations? It might require sort of interact with data sets or graphs to get values to plug into your calculations. And our examiner says it's good practice to summarize all data by writing it in the answer space along with the relevant formula to be used. Too often the working is absent, making it difficult to award any compensatory marks. So rather than plugging your, if you're getting data from a graph, rather than plugging it straight into your derived equation and then writing just the answer as the only numerical thing you say, help the examiner out and write at the very top of your sort of written section what the values are you read off the graph. And then the examiner can at least kind of get a hold of what's going on, whether, if you do make a mistake, whether that's in your calculation or whether that's in your graph reading. So watch out for calculate, show that, determine, deduce. Okay, so an example of a calculate question. A skydiver of mass 70 kilos jumps from a stationary balloon, so that implies a little bit of information. Reaches a speed of 45 meters per second after holding a distance of 150 meters. Calculate skydiver's loss of gravitational potential energy. Okay, so hopefully we are familiar with the formula for gravitational potential energy. If not, I believe these days most equations are on your data sheet, but you don't want to spend too much time rifling through that in the exam. mg delta h should see us through. The most common way to lose marks was using an inappropriate number of significant figures. There should be the same number of significant figures in the answer as in the data. Right. So this question, we're given numbers 70, 45, 150. Two significant figures seems appropriate, 45 and 150. So bear that in mind, don't go crazy with a highly specific number. As it happens, when we do the equation, do the calculation, mg delta h, multiply all those numbers together. Use 9.81 as your value for g. That is obviously three significant figures, but generally you want to opt with whatever the piece of information you've been given is with the lowest amount of significant figures. Sort of do the lowest common denominator of your significant figures given. Okay, and so round your answer. It was 103,005. Round it to a good old 100,000 joules. Our examiner bloke says lower ability candidates often omitted a step within the calculation and were not able to obtain full marks. I know it can be annoying, particularly if it's a question that you know the answer, you know all the maths, and you're too eager to get through it so that you can reach the questions you find more difficult.